Alright, yo, what is up guys? It's LogicLookss, and today boys, we got some filters for you guys. We got some enabled filters, some budget filters, and just some high-end regular filters for you guys in today's video that are gonna help you make a ton of MT quickly and easily. So we're gonna get into the video, man. Without further ado, I'm excited to get into it. Let me show you guys what filters I've been using. Let me show you guys what you guys could use. Let's get into it, man. Let's go. So boys, we are going to start off today's video with some budget filters because I want to run through the budget filters first. For those of you guys that have low MT, these are going to be perfect for you guys. Then we're going to kind of venture into, you know, the high-end filters, which is obviously like dark matter filters. You know, anything over 100k basically is going to be next. And obviously, those are going to be the non-enabled one. And at the very end, I'm actually going to go through some enabled filters that I highly recommend you guys actually get if you have over 200,000 MT, because most of them are going to be very, very cheap to actually enable, and they're going to be worth it 1000%. So we're going to get into the video. I'm excited to get into it. Before we do, over 50% of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel. So if you're new, you like the content, hit that subscribe button, man. It's free, helps the channel out a ton, and it can be undone at any time. And we're gonna get into the filters. Let's get started with some budget filters, man. Let's get into it. Let's go. So boys, real quick, starting off with the budget filters, there's only 3 that I would actually recommend you guys use right now. Actually, maybe 4, because one of them is kind of more of a method than a filter. But the very first one, 550 filter. All you got to do, 550 maximum buyout. Spam the refresh. You're going to literally look for anything on this filter. Anything that pops up is going to be a snipe. You're going to be able to flip it for at least a little bit of profit. And sometimes you will end up getting lucky enough to get something like a Galaxy Opal or a dark matter on this filter. Trust me, I've seen plenty of people actually go crazy and get some dark matters. It's literally all about timing and luck. So if you have a low amount of MT and you want to just test your luck, this is a filter that I would highly recommend. You're also pretty much guaranteed to make profit on anything, as I missed that silver right there a little bit, you know, slow on the refresh, but anything is profit. So definitely use this 550 filter to your advantage. It's easy, anybody can use it. You only need a little bit of MT, and to be honest, you can make a ton of profit if you actually get something crazy on it. So give it a go, test your luck, and let me know if you guys get anything crazy on that one. Then of course, the next filter, we're going to venture right into the next budget filter because these are pretty quick. Everybody should know these by now, but if you don't, I mean, stay tuned. If not, skip forward into the video a little bit. But the next one is actually the Galaxy Opal filter, and right now it's actually a little bit cheaper because of these splash zone packs, but it should be back to normal. All you got to do, Galaxy Opal up to the cheapest, which is around like 6.5k, sometimes 6.3k. You just got to adjust your price according to, you know, whatever the cheapest is, and all you got to do is just spam the refresh. Now, one thing I can give you guys a quick little tip is if you see a splash zone Galaxy Opal, bro, any of those cards like KPJ, Tyrese Halliburton, Tyler Hero, stay away from them unless they're like 4k or cheaper, obviously, because you do not want to, you know, pick something up that's really not a snipe. Anything else though is pretty much a snipe on this field, so you kind of got to know your prices. So what I would recommend to actually, you know, get to know your prices, it's actually simple. All you got to do is move your maximum buyout to like 8k, I would say, and then scroll through, write down every card that you see, and these are the cards you want to kind of stay away from. So Eric Gordon, Chris Bosh, Maurice Lucas, Joe Caldwell, these are the dudes that you do not want to be picking up when you're on the filter. But everything else apart from that, you can actually make a pretty decent profit, and you can actually get some pretty crazy snipes. And there's going to be times where you're actually seeing Galaxy Opals a lot, like 5-6 on the same refresh, and maybe even for like 1,000 to 2,000 MT. So give it a go. Let me know if you guys get lucky. Those 2 are great filters. Let's get into the last budget filter and let's move into the high end. So boys, the last budget filter I got for you guys, and then we're going to move into kind of a budget method that you can use. This one right here is actually the dark matter up to the cheapest. Now there's 2 ways to do this. The second way is the one I would recommend more, but I mean, you can do whatever way you want, to be completely honest. Both ways work. All you got to do, dark matter up to your cheapest, and right now it's actually, that's actually a snipe. Okay, I ended up missing it, but basically, you want to go to the cheapest dark matter on the market, which is around like 18,500. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less. And all you got to do is spam the refresh. Now, one card you want to stay away from is obviously Jeremy Lin, because he's literally 18,000 MT, the cheapest dark matter in the game. So, I mean, you kind of want to stay away from him. Anything else is pretty much a snipe on this filter. And then, of course, one thing you can actually do to filter out Jeremy Lin is put it on Western Conference and then put it up to the cheapest, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is actually Chris Webber. But, you know, Western Conference is a little bit more expensive, so you can actually jack that price up a little bit more. And it's actually not even Chris Webber, it's actually Jason Williams. So all you got to do, find the cheapest at 30k, put it on Western to get rid of Jeremy Lin, and literally just spam the refresh until something else pops up. You got to know your prices, but if you know your prices, you're going to be very good with this filter. And to be honest, there's really not a lot of competition on this filter. You would expect there to be more. There really isn't. And if you do see an OP, or a dark matter, I should say, for 500 MT, you're going to be able to see it on this filter. So if somebody does end up throwing one up, which is actually pretty common nowadays, you would be surprised how many, you know, dark matter snipes I see for 500. You could actually see it on both of these filters. So give these filters a go. Let me know if you guys get anything crazy on this dark matter budget filter, and let's move in to the budget method, and then we're going to move in to the high end filters. So boys, the next thing I'm going to show you is actually a method. It's not really a filter, it's more of a method, but it works actually great if you have a low amount of MT. And all you got to do is go to packs that are out in the market. You guys can go to literally any packs that are out, and you guys can just go ahead and pick up players. So right now there's, you know, these idols packs, there's out of positions, splash zone, there's a lot of packs to pick from, but I'm going to go ahead and just use idols as an example. I'm going to go ahead and look through the opals. You want to look at a budget card in the packs, and you basically want to pick one that people would actually buy. So for example, if I had to pick from this list right here, John Moran would probably be the most bought one. So what I would do is very simple. It's kind of the same method for, you know, all of the packs that come out for the rest of the year, but all you want to do is go John Moran, put it on Galaxy Opal, which is the card that's in the packs, and then find the cheapest one, and you basically want to hard scope it. Now obviously this wouldn't really work that great with John Moran right now, because you want the packs to actually come out the day you're doing this. If you do it when the day the packs come out, you're gonna make a lot more MT. Or if you do it, you know, the weekend the packs are dropped, whatever the case is, bro, just do it near the time that the packs are dropped, and you basically just want to hard scope any player from the packs. And honestly, bro, you're gonna make a lot of MT. I used to do this a lot, bro, like a lot, and I used to make like 200-300k every single pack drop just off of hard scoping some of the budget cards in the pack. So definitely use it to your advantage, give it a go. It takes a little bit of time to get used to it and to find what player to actually do it with, but once you find out, you're gonna be making a lot of MT, and the profit is just gonna come easy. So boys, a quick little bonus budget filter right here for you guys is actually the season rewind filter. All you gotta do, put it on season rewind for your theme, put it up to the cheapest season rewind card. This could be different on Xbox, so what you want to do is just find the cheapest. Right now on PlayStation it's 29,900. All you got to do, move it down to like 29,800 and just spam the refresh. What you want to be looking for is season rewind cards for like 25k or cheaper. I would say you do not want to buy them, you know, for 29k on the dot, but if you can find them for 25k or cheaper, I would definitely scoop them up and flip them for a quick little 30k minimum. Some of them actually go for a lot more. Some of them go for 50k, 60k, 70k. So give it a go. All you got to do is literally go season rewind for your theme. 25k I would say for your maximum buyout, although, you know, depending on what the cheapest is in the market, you want to adjust that accordingly. And then obviously just snipe anything that pops up. If you put it on 25k, anything is a profit, because you're going to be able to flip it for at least 30,000, which is at minimum a 2,000 MT profit. And like I said, some of the cards go for a lot more, so give this a go. It's great to use while these Blake challenges are still out, because people are trying to get these season rewind cards and they will pay even more to get them. So go ahead, use this to your advantage. Let me know if you get anything. And now let's finally move in to the high-end filters. So boys, we actually don't have that many high-end filters in today's video, because more of the filters that I'm going to show you guys are going to be enabled. But the very first one right here is actually the Dark Matter Central filter. Now all you got to do for this one is put your minimum bid at 100k, minimum buyout at 500, and you want to just hit the refresh, and you basically just want to spam the refresh. Now obviously there's going to be cards on the filter. I mean, that literally just glitched out right there, but you guys are going to see there's not a lot of cards right now to scroll by, so this would be a good filter to use right now. If there's a huge scroll you guys want to get off this filter, this could only be used sometimes throughout the day. So I mean, you got to be careful with it. Just make sure the scroll is no more than like 4 cards. I would say 4 cards is even pushing it a little bit too much, but 4 cards I would say is the maximum. Now obviously if you don't know what cards you can see on this filter, I mean, you got Giannis, you got, you know, that Invincible Kareem, you got a lot of cards basically that you can see on this filter, a lot of invincible cards, a lot of expensive cards. So give this filter a go. Let me know if you guys get anything, and to be honest, it's probably one of the better scroll filters in the game right now. So give it a go. Dark Matter Central, 100k minimum bid, and sometimes it does glitch like this, so don't worry about it. Just hit the refresh again. But 100k minimum bid, 500 minimum buyout, scroll over. I'm telling you right now, bro, if you sit on this for long enough, you're gonna end up seeing something crazy and hopefully getting it if you know you are, you know, you're lucky. If you're lucky, basically. Boys, the next filter I got for you guys is actually another great one if you're trying to snipe some invincible cards, and this one right here is actually pretty simple. All you got to do, go power forward for your position, go Dark Matter for your color, and put it on Southwest Division, 500 MT minimum buyout. Spam that refresh. The cards you're going to be able to see on this filter are obviously Invincible T-Mac, I mean not T-Mac, sorry, Invincible Tim Duncan and Invincible Dirk Nowitzki, and of course you can see Zion, which is actually still a snipe, and you can see the hero version of Zion, which is definitely a snipe. So basically, bro, you're gonna be able to, you know, see 4 cards on this filter. Is it the most consistent filter? Absolutely not, but you never know what you're gonna see, and if you do end up seeing one of these cards right here for a snipe, you're gonna make yourself a decent amount of profit. It's a filter that not a lot of people are on, and to be honest, if you're on this filter and you see a snipe, I'm almost 99% sure you're probably gonna end up getting it, no matter how slow or fast you are. So go ahead, give this one a go. It's our second high-end filter that doesn't require any enabling. To be honest, there's not a lot of these filters left where it doesn't require you to enable it. So I mean, we're gonna get into the enabled filters next. Honestly, those are only 2 I would recommend that are regular. Obviously you can still do, you know, other divisions in scroll, and then you could also do positions in scroll by going, you know, shooting guard or whatever position you want at the end of the day. Shooting guard, small forward, power forward, 100k minimum bid, 500 minimum buyout, and then of course Dark Matter for your color, and then you can just scroll over. But the scrolls for some of these are actually way too long, as you guys can see, so you got to find a position where you could actually do it with. But I mean, apart from that, there really isn't that many great unenabled filters. So we're gonna hop into the enabled filters now. Let me show you guys some cheap enabled filters that you guys have to get. Let's get into it and let's go. So boys, we are going to get into these enabled filters now. To be honest, there's actually only 2 that I would highly recommend. I'm going to have 3 in here, but there's 2 that I would really recommend to you guys. And the first one right here is actually one I've been using a lot. I've seen some crazy snipes. I've seen some MPJs on here. I've seen some Wiggins. I've seen a LeBron. But the filter is simple, bro. All you got to do is go small forward, dark matter for your color, conference, put it on Western, or you could actually enable all if you want, but I'll show you guys how you can do that in a second. And then of course 500 minimum buyout, sorry, and then obviously put it on enabled. Make sure you don't have any of these expensive cards in your collection. So don't have any MPJs in your collection, LeBrons, you know, KDs, nothing like that. Send them to your auction house while you're using this filter. And to be honest, it's a very simple filter. You're only going to be able to see a few cards, but man, are you going to be able to see some expensive cards. Obviously Invincible, KD, LeBron, MPJ, some of the more expensive cards in the game. And then of course, if you want to actually enable all, it's not going to cost you that much more. The only 2 cards you actually have to buy, by the way, for enabled all, I mean, you're gonna have to buy Glenn Rice, which is around like 45k, 40k. You're gonna have to buy Julius Irving, which I believe is the most expensive at like 60k. And the other one you're gonna have to buy is the one I already have, and that's Anthony Edwards. So you guys can do whatever you want, bro. You can do enabled all or enabled Western. I would just recommend Western because the only card you're not seeing is actually, I believe, Invincible LeBron. And to be honest, he doesn't really pop up that much, and Paul George. So if you really want to do enabled all and you have the MT, I would recommend it. But be careful because there's going to be a lot of cards in the future that are going to probably come that you're going to have to buy. And you want to be careful with cards like Melo, Gordon Hayward, and Jeremy Grant. You do not want to buy those cards if they end up popping up on enabled all. So that's why I just keep it to enabled Western. And to be honest, this filter works great. You're going to see a lot of cards. Like I said, I've seen a lot of MPJs on this filter, ended up missing a couple. I've seen LeBrons. I've seen a lot of crazy things. So go ahead, give this one a go. It's probably the cheapest one to enable. If you want to do just the Western Conference, it's only going to cost you like 60,000. So that's pretty much nothing. Go ahead and enable it and have fun with it. Let me know if you get anything, and let's move into the next one. Boys, the next filter I got for you guys is the Dark Matter Southeast enabled filter. All you got to do for this one right here is actually very simple. All you got to do, find a minimum bid that works. So around 99k should work for you if you're, you know, using this right now. And then what you want to do, put it on Southeast, put it on Dark Matter, enable it. The only card you're going to have to buy if you want to enable it, some of you guys might already actually have this card, is actually Dark Matter Tracy McGrady, the regular one. And to be honest, after that, all you got to do is just spam the search button and scroll over. You're not going to be scrolling a lot of cards because you already have it enabled. You're only going to have to scroll like 2 or 3 cards. And to be honest, I would recommend this filter because there's a lot of decent cards that you could actually see on here. There's obviously LaMelo Ball, there's Invincible Dwight, Invincible D-Wade, there's obviously Invincible Tracy McGrady and Dikembe Mutombo. So there's a lot of cards that you could actually see on this filter that are very high quality. So give it a go. Let me know if you guys get anything on this one as well. You're really not going to have to buy that many cards. This Clint Capella might become one of the cards you have to buy, but to be honest, he's kind of rare, so you're probably not going to have to buy him and not worry about him at all. But give it a go. It's a simple filter. Like I said, you're only gonna have to buy Tracy McGrady, which is gonna cost you like 30k. And to be honest, it definitely helps enabling this, because if you don't enable it, you're gonna have to scroll like 100 cards because there's a ton of T-Max up. So give it a go and let me know if you guys get anything. So boys, the next thing you can actually do, and the very last thing I'm going to leave you guys off with, you can actually do an enabled all filter. Now obviously this is very expensive. It's going to cost you a lot of MT, and is it worth it? I really can't tell you, because I mean, it depends on how much you snipe. If you really do snipe a lot, like hours and hours every single day, then I would you know, recommend doing this if you actually have the MT. But all you want to do, man, pick a conference to enable, and then all you got to do is literally just go 500 minimum buyout, scroll through, write down all the cards that you need to buy. You literally need to buy pretty much everything, and then just go ahead, get on the market and start buying the cards, add them to your collection. Make sure you don't have any expensive cards in your collection already. If you do, send them to your auction house, and then you can literally just spam the refresh until something crazy pops up. You're only going to be able to see, you know, crazy snipes that are over 100,000 MT. So you could go ahead and give that a go. Would I recommend it? Like I said, man, if you really do snipe a lot and you're an avid sniper, like 3-4 hours a day, then I would. But be very careful with it, because it could get expensive really quickly, especially with, you know, how 2K is dropping content every single day. It could get very expensive very quickly, so be careful. But at the end of the day, hey man, if you get one snipe, it could pay off for the whole filter. So give it a go, regardless of what you guys think. Give every filter in this video a go. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying this video. I'm gonna end it off right here because it's already too long. My fault that I made it too long. I just wanted to explain everything in depth. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one tomorrow, man. I love you. Stay safe, stay blessed. Snipe challenging coming tomorrow. Peace.